Hi, my loves, welcome back. So, I owe y'all a huge apology. About 10 minutes ago, a light bulb went off, and I realized that I never made a video about what is destiny swapping. And I just kind of jumped into the deeper stuff about it, and I am so sorry. Okay, it was not intentional. It's just, I've been on this path so much for so long, day in and day out, for 7 or 8 years, that I'm so used to certain words being thrown around and certain concepts. I'm accustomed to dealing with certain things, and it's just part of my life. It's so enmeshed in my life, my spirituality. And I forget that other people don't know these terms. And I am so sorry. Okay, my ADHD brain, she is very creative, but she does miss stuff. But now, when I start a new series, I know where to start explaining the concept, okay? And this is a disservice to y'all because a lot of you could very well be in the boat that I was in 1 or 2 years in of dealing with this and not even know it. Because I didn't even know what it was called. I didn't even know it had a name, much less how to combat it, right? And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm an initiated high priestess, witch, psychic medium, and a spiritista. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell. That way you get notified when I release a new episode. Yeah, I'm really sorry, you guys. Please forgive me. I am human. I'm witchy as fuck, but I'm still in a human vessel. So I'm gonna do my best to over-deliver with this episode, okay? What is destiny swapping? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's when someone is trying to swap destinies with you. And your destiny is your path. Your destiny is everything that you're meant for. All the blessings that are meant for you, your calling, your purpose, your goals, your aspirations, your relationships, your je ne sais quoi, like just how you're meant to carry out this lifetime of yours. And we all have one, whether we know it or not, whether we care or not. And someone trying to destiny swap with you, they're trying to take all of that from you, everything that I mentioned, in whatever way that they can. And this can manifest a lot of different ways. It's not always someone deliberately doing spells and curses and ritual work on you trying to make this happen, although it very well could be. Okay, that's what happened to me twice. Technically, 3 individuals tried it, but the third one, I don't really give her ass credit because I have more ache and more magic in my little baby pinky toe than she has in her whole body because of the way that she decides to live her life. But that's neither here nor there. That's one way it manifests, right? Another way is it can just be someone relentlessly copying you. Like, I'm not talking about once or twice or by accident or whatever. I'm talking about, like, you've noticed a pattern. Like, it's a pattern by now, okay? And it's on a spectrum, it has varying degrees. Sometimes it's kind of innocent and they just don't know who they are yet, and they look at you for inspiration. And it can get down to, like, envy. And that's why I recommend, if you're dealing with this, start with my Evil Eye course. Because my Destiny Swapping course is coming July 16th. And that Evil Eye course will give you a great foundation, because if someone's trying to destiny swap with you, it comes from a place of envy. And, I mean, people some people, given the chance, will try to unalive you. I'm about to say something very dark, very sinister, but very accurate. Trigger warning. There are people that are so possessed and sinister and low level and overruled by lower level evil entities, if you want to call them demons, go ahead, that convince them that if they are able to unalive someone, either by magic and curses or literally physical means or both, these entities are able to convince these psychopaths that once that mission is complete, they'll get your path, they'll get your destiny, your blessings. Whether it be financial, fertility, relationships, fame, fortune, favor, notoriety, success, whatever. And they fall for it. And just to lighten the mood after the horrible thing I just explained, my spirits about a month or two ago, I was on a walk and we were talking about this, and they made a very good point. When these people listen to these lower level energies tell them this, that if they're able to unalive someone successfully, then all of those blessings automatically go to them. They just gotta get the person out of the way first. When they fall for that, that's the equivalent to hiring a murderer or a serial killer to be your accountant or your investment banker. Do you really think if they will unalive someone, which these entities do, that they won't take from you, that they won't lie to you? But a lot of destiny swappers are narcissists and psychopaths, so they think that the rules don't apply to them. They think that these terrible, evil entities are loyal to them and they're special because they're so amazing, and they get got. And before we go any further, I want to be very clear. Do I actually believe that someone can take your destiny? No. Because they are not you, you are not them, and that destiny that was laid out before you were born by the divine, by God, and your ancestors, that was made for you. But the problem is all the crazy bullshit that they will do trying to get that to happen. That's where the issue is. All the shit that they do in the name of taking your destiny. And this goes on for years, a lot of the time, because especially if the person isn't getting what they want, so their target isn't being destroyed, these blessings that were promised to these people by these lower level energies are not coming, or not coming in the amount that they were told. Like if they were told that they'll get hundreds of thousands of dollars and they're not even making a few extra hundred a month than usual, or they're losing money, then these people get desperate. Because as crafty and manipulative and underhanded and conniving that they try to be, in a lot of ways they're not very smart. You know, and they're also possessed. But like I said, this destiny swapping concept is on a continuum. I just so happen to talk about the very dark extent of it because that's what I dealt with twice. Not everyone will deal with that. Thank God. Because before I understood it, it was pretty gnarly. And the second person, the one that tried it the most for years, I was actually in a romantic relationship with and sleeping with. I was literally at one point sleeping with the enemy. When I tell you I have encountered the most evil people, the most evil type of people on this earth, I have. I looked them straight in the eyes. Okay. And it was a game changer for me when I finally put a name to it. Destiny swapping. And I would look up a few videos and, online resources here and there about it. But I tried not to go down the rabbit hole because I was already dealing with anxiety because I was dealing with something unknown to me. I didn't want to add to it, right? And I didn't want to become obsessed and give them more power. So instead, I kind of took it step by step and allowed the divine and God and my spirits to teach me, and my higher self to teach me and guide me along the way. And little by little, everything started to unfold, And I know the rage, and also, especially if it was someone close to you, the betrayal that you feel when you realize that's what's happening. I get it. It hurt. Because very rarely are people trying to destiny swap with you that don't know you. It can be strangers, it can be weirdos on the internet with all this witch talk beef and practitioners that don't even know each other from a can of paint going hex for hex. Can it happen? Absolutely. But 9 times out of 10, the enemy is someone close to you. And that's on purpose. And it's for a lot of reasons. If they're going to try to essentially take your life, maybe literally or figuratively or both, and everything within it, they want to get to know you. They want to get to know your mannerisms, your thought process, your mindset, your beliefs, your goals, and what you're doing to get to those goals. Because they want to be you. They study you, and not in a good way. I had a whole ceremony, a whole botched initiation that the person trying to do this to me called an Nkimba, an initiation into Palamayombe. It wasn't. It was him trying to ritualistically try to sacrifice me and take all my blessings and my good karma and give me his slop, his curses, his bad karma, his shitty life that he more than deserved. And I thought I was becoming a yaya that day. Little did I know. And it was very obvious because things were going, I originally went to that person because I was under psychic attack, because someone did witchcraft to me. Person number 1 that tried to destiny swap with me. He knew that, and things weren't going great for me at the time because of the psychic attack. That I was a baby witch, I didn't know what was going on. But things weren't going awful. But after that quote-unquote initiation, the botched initiation, y'all know that plastic surgery TV show Botched? That's what happened to me spiritually. After that initiation, everything went downhill for me quickly. And everything started going up for him. But he had when I tell you, he had ritual after ritual, trabajo after trabajo, spell after spell wrapped around me. He did. Amares, which is a love binding trying to tie me to him. For a lot of reasons, control, siphoning, destiny swapping, domination, obsession, all kinds of crazy shit. I couldn't see the forest from the trees, and I was 23 at the time. It was awful. And once I realized what was going on, it was over. And fun fact, I left because he was also my godfather. Big no-no. You are not supposed to date your elders, and your elders are not supposed to try to date you. No one told me that when I met him. He wasn't going to tell me. But I left him and his spiritual house because of how badly he treated me and how toxic we were for one another. It was terrible. At that time when I left him, I didn't know that he was trying to destiny swap with me. It wasn't until a good year that everything became very clear to me. And at that point, he was still trying his shit. So when I tell y'all that I've dealt with destiny swapping, I have. And my godparents that I have now that adopted me in Paul, that I've had for 4.5 years, are the ones that saved me from him. And have truly helped me not only find my path, but once I found my path, put it back together. Because it's not just about the siphoning or them trying to take from you. That's a big part of it. But it's also all the nasty shit, all the psychological manipulation, all the underhanded bullshit, taking advantage of your trust. Yeah. It's very painful until you realize what you're up against, and then you realize how to fight it. And my courses are open to men or women, but because of the nature of my work and my goals, my work is specifically for women. And the way that the divine feminine, quote unquote, fights is different from the masculine. And over the next 10 years, it's my prediction that more and more women are going to be waking up. The divine feminine is still very much rising, and it's just going to multiply and compound the next 10 years. A lot of women are going to become witches and awaken their inner witch and their power, which is amazing. But there's also going to be an uptick in people trying to destiny swap with the divine feminine. Either the toxic masculine or the wounded feminine. And sometimes they fucking team up. You'll wonder why I hate pick-me so much. It's because they have... Before I implemented a no pick-me policy into my life, those bitches brought me hell. This is not a safe zone for pick-me's. You are not safe here, my love. Go somewhere else. Unless you want to learn and change. There's going to be a big upswing in people trying to destiny swap with women, powerful women. So, that's kind of where we're at as a collective. In my course, I get really in depth. I talk a lot about inner work, how to spot a predator, both spiritual and otherwise, because predators love to target women, children, the elderly, and the disabled or the sick. Predators are not apex predators, okay? If they were, they would be going up against their own kind, but they don't want a fair fight. They want to pick on someone they see as vulnerable to try to make themselves feel better, because they don't feel good about themselves. Anytime that you have to resort to hurting someone to make yourself feel better, an innocent person, you fucking hate yourself. And you have no true sense of self because you've disconnected from God and your own humanity. So please don't make the mistake that I did of giving your power away. Y'all are going to hear me say that a lot in my course and any content that I make about destiny swapping, because that's the mistake that I made. And God bless the godparents I have now that adopted me, that called me out on it in a, loving and concerned and respectful, protective way. Many times, my yaya and tata checked me. And I'm thankful. But I also understood why it happened. It's not because I was weak. I had weaknesses like everyone else. But it was because I didn't understand destiny swapping. I didn't understand what was going on, or how it was going on, or how to fight it, And I don't want y'all to go through everything that I did. I don't, if you can help it. And if you do, my course will help you get through it like 15 times faster. Because that's the part about being a leader, is the leader kind of has to learn stuff their own way, which is the hard way sometimes. I have my teachers, my spiritual elders, and they do teach me and they do guide me. But the rest of the work is on me. None of this destiny swapping content or my course comes from a book or another spiritual content creator. It's all from me and the divine and my own experience. And I still have a long ways to go, but one reason that I wanted to make my destiny swapping course is to take everything that the last 6 years dealing with this shit. It's over now, but it went on for years. And I'm just now finally deciding to package it up and put it into something. But I just want to put everything I know into a container, into a body of work, and move on to the next thing. It's very cathartic for me. It's very healing for me, this course, because it shows, number one, I'm still here. So if anyone tries to check me and say, she doesn't know what she's talking about with this destiny swapping shit, blah, blah, I'm still here. If y'all knew how many times both of these people that tried to do this to me tried to take me out, and one of them threatened to many times. Oh yeah. I'm still here. And that is not what they wanted. And not only that, I've grown from this experience. And I'm actually, with this course, I'm turning it into something beautiful, something helpful, something to help women and make the world a better place. Because with everything that I give you in this course, I want you to be able to spot a predator 10 miles away. Whether it's a priest or not, whether it's a tata or a bababao, a hungan, a mambo, whoever or not, or a regular person on the street, I want you to be able to smell that energy and run like hell the other way. Or if you have to, pick up your sword and fight and win. Mina Arfan, one of my mentors, in her book, she talks about predators. And let me see if I can find the quote that's from her book. It's called Lady Balls. Amazing book. I don't read very often, but when it comes to my spiritual teachers, I'll read all their books because I trust them and I love their knowledge and their work. Here's her quote by Mina Arfan, the Universe Guru. Genuine Kai Harye Loving People must become just as dangerous to predators as they are to us and our children. I think the music came on in this post, so let me say that again. Genuine, kind-hearted, loving people must become just as dangerous to predators as they are to us and our children. And I couldn't agree more. Because the twisted irony of predators and spiritual narcissists and evildoers is this. They're trying to instill all this fear into people, and they're trying to cause harm to people and make people afraid to even exist. When in reality, as far as justice is concerned, the predators are the ones that deserve to walk around with their head down, afraid. You want to cause innocent people to suffer? You should be afraid for your fucking life. That's the kind of world that we need to live in. And I am so happy that spirituality is becoming so mainstream and people are waking up. It does have the potential to be a beautiful thing. But like I've said many times, everything in the history of humankind that belongs to the feminine or that the feminine creates, the toxic masculine and wounded feminine jump up and see it and say, oh, I'm going to take that. And they twist it and turn it into something terrible and then use it against the feminine. Every time. And witchcraft and spirituality is one of those things. And there's a lot of it in the world already right now. And there has been for a long time. It's just going to increase. Especially for the feminine, because the more the feminine wakes up, the more threatened that the toxic masculine and wounded feminine become. And I know how frustrating dealing with destiny swapping can be. I know how disheartening and discouraging it can be. I get it. But I want to leave you with this. I'm going to tell y'all what my gitana, my great-grandmother, Yaya Sofia, Luz de Progreso to her, what she told me many times when I was dealing with this, in the thick of it. My gitana said, there is no ritual, no prayer, no animal sacrifice, no, God forbid, human sacrifice. There is no candle they can light, no spell, nothing they can do that will ever turn them into you. And even if they get a few blessings and they think they took it from you, it's a trick from the enemy. Just enough to keep them hanging on and feeding that demon or that muerto or whatever they're using. But it's not real. And just as quick as those trickery blessings come, they go. It slips right through their fingers. They can't hold it. Because it's not built on anything energetically stable. It's built on lies and cheating and manipulation and theft and nastiness. But her main point was, there's nothing they can do to turn into you. It'll never happen. So know that you are the one with the power, no matter how ruthlessly they try to convince you otherwise. And these people, a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, they target young women. I was actually 22 when this shit started, with the first person. It was a perfect storm, y'all. My daddy had just passed away. I had no support system. Had just moved out on my own for the first time. I had a lot of money from my daddy passing that he left behind for his children. I was lonely. I was having my spiritual awakening, whether I wanted to or not. I didn't know what I was going to become. I didn't get on my spirituality path and witchcraft path to become what I am now and what I'm working towards every day to be. I had no idea, no intentions. I didn't get into this because I wanted to make money or do spell work for people or even do readings for people. I got on my spiritual path because I wanted to connect with my dad that had passed away. And then as far as spell work and witchcraft goes, I got into it because someone was actively threatening me and my family and betraying us. Someone that my dad loved dearly and that claimed to love us. And she was trying to make my life hell, not even 6 months after my daddy passed away. With a lawsuit, trying to take money that didn't belong to her. When that sheriff knocked at my door, I had a conversation with the sheriff. I told him what was going on. And I was like, the ink on my dad's death certificate is barely dry. The wounds are still very fresh, and you're trying to fucking get money out of my dad's passing? I cursed her ass. I did. I got in my little white Mercedes and then took my ass down to the Botanica. And I didn't do just one spell on her. I did like 3 or 4. I went apeshit to protect myself and everything that my daddy and my grandpa also had built. But these people that saw my destiny when I was in my early 20s and tried to take it from me, they're also spiritual. They're psychics. Not everyone with spiritual gifts is a good person. Okay? They were able to see my path and also the spirits that walk with me. What those spirits and my ancestors wanted me to do. They saw everything. And I had no idea because I was so new on my path, but they did. So they tried to get me while I was young. Because how can you protect your path and what you're meant to become if you don't even know who you are in that moment, much less who you're meant to be? But there is hope, and it's not easy, okay? Because some of these people, I'm telling you, they are psychotic, they are possessed, and they allow themselves to be that way. But you just gotta stay true to yourself and connected to God and your spirit team and work towards your goals. And don't get distracted. And don't give in. Alright, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Join my email list. That's like my uncensored corner of the internet. And when you sign up, you get a complimentary destiny swapping PDF where I tell you 7 different signs of destiny swapping. And there's also some really good journal prompts in there for inner work. And you can go to sirensnectar.com/join to join the email list. It's free, of course. And then if you want to check out my course, go to sirensnectar.com/destiny. Early bird pricing is live, and it will increase at launch on July 16th. Afterpay is available at checkout if you qualify. And there's also a VIP option. There's only 2. There's 2 slots available right now for the VIP option for the Destiny Swapping course, which you get the course and the full curriculum, and you also receive 8, I can't remember if it's 8 or 12 weeks, I want to say 8, of one-on-one mentorship with me. That includes readings, spell work tutorials, spiritual healing, inner work, the whole 9, basically to give you support on your journey. Okay? And you can check out my course at sirensnatcher.com/destiny. I will put everything in the description. And I love y'all so much. Again, I am so sorry that I didn't make this video earlier. But I will do better next time, okay? I love you. Bye.